Good day. Welcome to Real Estate Whiskey Talk. Today we are joined with Daniel Koren with Branson Roof Co. to give us some of the insights on what, as a seller, you should be considering before you put your house on the market. Good day. Welcome to Whiskey Real Estate Talk with Drew. Today we have Daniel Koren here with Branson Roof Co. to talk to us all about what a potential or current home seller should be doing. First of all, Daniel, I'd like you to introduce yourself.
I'm Daniel Koren, Branson and Springfield Roof Company.
And then, as the show says, it's, Whiskey Real Estate Talk with Drew. And today, I am enjoying some Woodford Reserve double oaked. And Mr. Daniel is not a whiskey connoisseur, so he has a little bit of Cedar Creek coffee. I think today he picked out blueberry cream.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. So, what should a seller do? Let's start with what should they do before they list their property?
Well, first off, if I was selling a home, one thing I would want to know is that most buyers are going to inspect everything that's expensive. So the roof, the HVAC system, a lot of those components that could be pretty expensive. And what I've found to happen so many times is that people list their home, then the buyer gets it under contract and they have an inspection. That inspection comes back and there's hail damage on the shingles, for example. And then the seller, because the buyer says, well, I'm not buying it that way, so the seller has to file an insurance claim and get that roof replaced. But it's not nearly as fun that way.
And or as efficient, because you've got probably from offer accepted to closing date, 30, 45 days for
Exactly.
all of the insurance side to be taken care of, and you to coordinate with the roofing company to get the roof replaced, right?
Yep, so it's stressful for everybody.
Oh, that'd be bad.
You got two agents going, is this thing going to close? Is the roofer going to mess it up for us? Nobody wants to deal with this once you're under contract. So to solve the stress as a seller, I would want to talk to my agent or just call us and say, hey, can you come out and do a roof inspection for us? We'll take photos, let them look at it, and see what's going on with the roof. The beauty of doing it before you even list it is that if we find damage on there and the insurance will pay for that roof, now you can sell it with a new roof.
It's a brand new roof. That marketability makes that amazing.
So curb appeal is going to be better. You're going to be able to sell it for a higher price, and I imagine faster.
Yeah, you got 20 years roof guaranteed basically at that point, starting off day one for that new homeowner.
Sure. Yep. So that's a big sale point for the buyer, because that's one worry to not have to worry about. We can't do anything about the HVAC if it's broken. That's somebody else. But that's something to know. And then as a seller, if I did get into a situation where, hey, your house is already on the market right now, you've had a buyer come to you and say, hey, we want this roof replaced, here's the roof report, or here's the inspection report, file a claim. Okay. I would want to turn back to that buyer at this point, yes. And because honestly, I didn't plan to do a claim, and we were selling it as is, so I really don't want to spend any money, so we'll go ahead and file the claim, but you've got to agree to pay my deductible, which is $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, depending on the house.
Which is still money ahead versus the alternative of me as the new home buyer going and finding it's got hail damage, and I would assume that's prior condition at that point. Like, you've been in the house 30 days, you have a roof leak, mm-hmm. Well, that's prior damage. I mean, hail in 9 months. Now that's a $20,000 for me as the home buyer. Right. So I would easily think that the future home buyer would want to spend, even if they needed to spend a couple $1,000s extra up front to get a new roof guaranteed.
Sure.
Plus, then they could probably be involved in choosing colors and stuff.
Yep. And you can transfer the warranty. Okay. 25, 50-year warranty on that roof. We can transfer that to the new buyer. Sometimes, it might be a $100 fee to transfer it if we can time it right. Many times with a real estate transaction, we'll just put it in the new buyer's name and not even have to transfer because we know it's going into their hands. So a couple things, though, is as that seller, I want to keep in the back of my mind that, and this is different if I was the buyer, I would give you a different answer. But if I am the seller, I would want to keep in the back of my mind, this sale could fall through.
Yes.
So when we go to do this roof, I want to be sure I've got a reputable contractor that is going to do this work and that it's going to be guaranteed and that I can find these guys in 3 years. They're not going to go out of business next week. And because the chance is this deal falls through and I'm stuck with this house. So I want to be sure that it's quality work. I'm not just going to let the buyer send anybody that they want.
Correct.
And I'm going to pick the color, because if this buyer falls through and he's picked some crazy looking roof that looks terrible in my neighborhood, or that just they would like, and 90% of other buyers that I might have to go to the market again, and I'm stuck with this roof. You know, some people love blue, some people hate blue shingles. I don't recommend it, but if that's your taste, go for it. But if you're putting it on the market, I would go for weatherwood or something middle of the road that's not going to scare
Something
people.
neutral.
Yeah. So as you know, I might end up selling this to someone else, or I might end up renting it. If I'm stuck owning this house and the market tanks and I can't sell that house, I want a roof on it that I'm going to appreciate. So that's another step that I would take in that process.
Okay.
And then there's other aspects that come with that too, and this is just something a homeowner should know. Usually when you have a hail claim or a wind claim, there's more than just the shingles that are damaged.
Oh yeah.
There's usually gutter damage and
Screens.
yeah, and so these are also great chance, because you really can't clean aluminum gutters. I found this compound that was designed to clean aluminum gutters once. I thought, I'm going to be the house hero. You know, I'm going to go wash these gutters for people. I started taking the paint off. That's about the only way to clean the gutter.
Start over.
Because once it oxidizes, especially on a white gutter, if it oxidizes, it's almost impossible to get off there. So you've got 20-year-old gutters, and you get a hail claim on your roof and your gutters. Now you got new shingles that don't have black, ugly streaks on them, and you've got bright, shiny gutters. That is great curb appeal. That I would just
Everything new starting off day one of home ownership for somebody.
yeah, yep.
Well, I got to ask, if someone in the greater Springfield, Branson area is looking for anything to do with roofing or anything else that you guys touch, what is the best way for them to get a hold of you?
417 Mo Claim.
Okay.
Mo is in Missouri. MO Claim. That's 662-5246.
Okay.
So hopefully that's easier to remember. But yeah, 417-662-5246.
Okay.
And we would be glad to come take a look at what you got.
And as always, for actual roofing needs, you guys do free inspections. Just if a homeowner calls and says, hey, I need to know what's going on, can you come check for storm damage or whatever?
Yep.
Give them a call. So if something happens, whether you're a home seller, home buyer or not, and you need them, give them a call. Can you give them that number one more time?
417-662-5246.
Thank you for watching to the end of this week's episode on Real Estate Whiskey Talk. As always, we're looking for other industry leaders in our real estate world that want to come and visit the studio and bar, maybe try some whiskey and talk about their industries. And we're always looking to help people reach their real estate goal. So if you need anything, please reach out as well.